Hi, welcome to Trading with TK, teaching you to turn ideas into money. We're at www.tradingwithtk.com. This is Friday night's video, December 9th. We had a pullback start 3 days ago. It started off with people reacting to some negative economic news. I figured it would take a few days to pull back and find its legs again before it starts to move up. And then again, Friday, more bad economic news, unemployment, so more people reacting to more bad news, and so now we know why the market is pulling back for the last 3 days, which normally takes the sting out of the reaction, because once we know what the reason is, it has no more validity, so to speak. It's when we don't know the reason is that why we should be concerned. But let's put this in context, this news, okay? I always say when you react to news, you're usually wrong. So let's put it in context in this point of view. If these two pieces of news that have come out over the last 3 days, this economic bad news, which I've told you, any of the news that's going to come for the next 6 months is going to be bad. There's going to be no good news. I've been saying this for weeks. But it's the reaction of the market to the news that's important. So let's get back to putting it into context. If this same news had come out 2 months ago, the market would have responded with a 500 or a 700 point drop. But here we are 2 months later with the market trying to form a base and building bullish formations, and the market was only able to respond with a 150 point decline today, which I think was probably the scariest of the two news if you want to measure the intensity of how bad the news was. The unemployment rate going up over to 7.5% was not expected, and to even to the most optimistic people, probably was a surprise. But yet the market only pulled back 150 points. So from that point of view, I think the market's holding up extremely well. And like I said, it would take a few days to pull back and get its legs again. Also, the other key point is none of the patterns have been broken on this news. Okay, these pullback lows are holding up well above the last reaction lows. And next week we'll tell the story, but I'm still confident. Technical analysis is about trends, and it's also about the old belief that an object in motion tends to stay in motion, which is physics, and it's true. So an object in motion tends to stay in motion until it runs into an opposite force. And I don't believe the market has run into that force yet, and I do believe the market is still in an uptrend, and once this reaction to these bad economic numbers is over in a day or two, I expect the market to record another higher high. But next week we'll tell the story. So that's my view. Anyway, I've got a new idea for Monday morning. Quantum fuel technologies, the symbol's QTWW. So in just a moment we'll take a look at the chart. I'll show you how we're going to take that idea, turn it into some money, and then we'll also do a review of major indexes, and I'll show you that with all the bad economic news, that there's been no technical damage done to any of the charts as of yet. So I'll be right back. Hi. Okay, this is a daily bar chart of quantum fuel systems. Symbols QTWW. This is a call on the long side. And before I get into the stats, I'm zoomed pretty far out, and I did that to show you the bigger picture here, what I expect to happen. Let me point out a few important areas. First of all, where I have this line, this pattern here, this whole bottom pattern right in here, is key because it produced this entire rally. And now with the bad market that we've had for the last number of months, like 18 of them, we're right back down into this big support area again. And now we're starting to turn the corner. And I expect that what happened here is just begun to happen over here again. And and I do expect us to get back up to this area. And it may look similar to this pattern, with a lot of ups and backs and pullbacks, but I do believe that that process has started, and in a few minutes I'll zoom in, give you the stats, and I'll explain why. So let's do that. Okay. Trouble with my tools again. Okay, so this is a call on the long side, and Monday I'll be looking to buy this stock around $1.06. It's very difficult to say the exact price, okay? But we're going to be looking for a $2 profit in this. So could it pull back down to this area one more time before it goes? Yes. But I believe I'm seeing this. I'm seeing breakout, pullback, go. Okay. Now that was our first resistance. So we've pulled back to this major support area that I just explained to you on the bigger chart. We rallied. We broke out because we bettered this high. Then we've pulled back and we're starting to go again. Now could we go sideways for 4 or 5 days before we move again? Yes. Could we pull back a little bit more down into here before we move again? Yes. Or could it start straight up? Yes. But the big picture, the pattern is there, and I'm probably going to buy some of the $1.06. And if it pulls back to at 90 cents, I'll probably buy some more. I also see in this picture what can be looked at as a ascending triangle pattern also. And that's the high we're trying to break out above. Let me zoom in here. So my target is $3. I believe it's going to get all the way back up to where it started down from. But it may do it in a zigzag formation, just like it came down. For instance, you could have sold it short here, you could have covered it here, you could have sold it short here, you could have covered it here, you could have sold it short here, you could have covered it here. It may go up the same way. So you buy it here, you may want to sell it at $1.70, you may want to buy it back at $1.20, and so on and so forth. So I don't believe it's a buy here and hold till 3. There may be 2 or 3 trades involved in this pattern before it gets to our target. Sell stop, to me there is no sell stop, because if I'm not willing to lose $1 in a stock, then I'm in the wrong business, and this is only $1 stock. But what I wouldn't want to see would probably be a pullback below that area there, which is 74 cents, for those of you who want to know where the picture might change. But to me, there's no sell stop. If I lose the $1, I lose the $1. It's no big deal. There's much more potential on the upside than there is on the downside. The most I can lose is $1. So let's recap this. This is QTWW. It's a call on the long side, and if you hold on from the beginning to the end without trading it in between, I think you could probably make yourself $2, which would be about 200% return on your money. Okay, I'm running out of time, so we need to move along. Okay, here we have a daily bar chart of the Dow Jones. I have to move along quickly. I only have 2 minutes. I'm running out of time. You can see the Dow has now, even with this pullback, so far has stayed above that low. And that's what we expect to happen. Okay, here's a daily transportation average, and we believe this is in an ascending triangle. Each time they break out, which this one did, it broke out, they always seem to pull back, and it's still contained well above this rising trend line. So picture is still intact, no question about it. Okay, the Russell 2000 also staying above the trend line. Like I said, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and the next move should be a higher high. This is what I'm talking about, an object in motion. The object in motion begins right here. I'm not worried too much about all of this on the left-hand side. This is the uptrend we're looking at. And finally, the QQQQs. As you see, the pullback. There's even more room for this market to pull back a little bit more. As long as it doesn't violate that low, I'd like to see it stay somewhat above that low, because once again, a low, a high, a low, a high, a higher high, a lower low. I'm sorry, a higher low, a higher high, and then another pullback. And once again, this is the uptrend that I think is intact and will probably stay intact. All right, that's my view of the market till Monday. This is TK signing off.